In an older exam, there has been the Schneider company in a case study, and they have some security issues, and now based on the BSI, they are trying to implement some new measures to protect their IT. So there are two more concrete measures taken and or threats described, and these are described later on a little bit more in detail. What detail is it? So in the first case, we should argue what type of root cause is listed which led to these threats. You remember we did have three kind of root causes, which have been technical root cause, which have been organizational issues, and which have been human. Mostly it's comfort, ignorance, things like that. What is an adequate countermeasure to avoid or minimize the threat? And name two data security goals like confidentiality, availability, etc., which are in risk because of these threats. Give a justification based on the Schneider company. This is a little bit tricky in our situation because you do not have the case. So let's have a look. First thing would be inadequate key management for encryption. You remember we did have our public key encryption, and here we have pairs of keys, a private and a public key, etc. So if these keys are not handled with confidence, then we have a problem because a private key could then grabbed by somebody else. So first thing would be, what is the root cause? And basically it's could be first human, because people tend to be lazy and do not want to have long passwords. Maybe they do not control or check where these things are stored properly. Maybe it's organization, as maybe there is no password saved, paid for, or there is no policies how to handle passwords. Then second, the keys are the keys. What are countermeasures? So for example, a good countermeasure could be that the company invests in key safes. And when it comes to exchanging these public keys, then another one could be to handle these public keys using a certification agency. So involve certification agency. Then automatically the produced keys are of high quality. The public keys are transmitted by them on a safe channel. And if you have then a key safe, then you can protect your keys there. Finally, what kind of security goals are in risk because of this threat? First, it would be confidentiality. So if somebody grabs a private key, then he or she could listen to a conversation. But it as well would be accountability. So again, if you are getting a private key, somebody signs his email, then it simply reaches accountability by that. However, if the private key is given to somebody else, then you cannot check anymore, is this really signed by person A or just by somebody else who is trying to cheat here. Okay, let's have a look on this another threat, incorrect change of PC users. So several users are using the same PC. Each and everybody has his own account, his own password, but as PC is often changed during the day, people do not log off from the computer, and the next one logs on to the computer, but simply there's a first person in the office who logs into the computer, and all the others use the same account. That's what meant with incorrect change of PC users. So again, the root cause would first be root cause would first be laziness. So it's again the humans who are too lazy, who do not want to take the uncomfort of logging off and logging in again. It could be organization, if you argue. For example, why doesn't everybody has a computer on his own? Yeah, isn't it worse to go for it? What are countermeasures? Yeah, strong policies not to behave like that. So in case somebody is not logging off and there is some harm, anyhow, this person is in charge and will be punished. Yeah, make this clear. Yeah, cultural awareness. Yeah, is another issue. You have to communicate that this is don't go. Finally, there could be the data security goals which are not reached. In the first place, it's accountability. Yeah, you don't know any longer who is really the person who is using the computer right now. And actually there are cases in the police stations in the past where this has happened. So somebody logged in, somebody else took over, grabbed and distributed some addresses, which was clearly a problem with data security, data privacy, and later on nobody could be identified because the habit was simply for the whole office to use this incorrect change of PC users all day long.